Welcome and good morning. Welcome to another edition of your morning workout talk brought to you by your literary Ferro. Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm on the journey, on the path to the gym. Model of consistency in all what we do. That's what we have to do at all times. Woo, Friday already, man. Comes fast, doesn't it? Week flew by quickly. And I remember I did another morning workout talk, and I talked about that, how fast I don't know which one it was, if it was one on Wednesday. I talked about that, how fast weeks are going, and it is Friday already. What a day. It's going to be a great day. We're claiming that. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be an excellent day. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. Today I'm doing legs, a little bit of legs, and biceps and back, and abs. Of course, I always do abs every day. Not every day, but the days that I work out, I do abs. Yeah. Man, I'm starting to see there's so much, because I listen to a lot of things to try to read as much as I can read, and there's just so much information out there, and the majority of it is not true. And I'm getting to the point where I'm not saying finding out truth is impossible. I mean, certain things that happens in the course of a person's life, the truth is easily detected. You know, if you're living life and you want to know the truth about something that happened on a particular day, you can know that. I'm not talking about things like that, things on the surface. I'm talking about truths that are deeper, truths that cannot be experienced empirically, truths that are beyond our concept in the abstract, meaning that only way I can trust something to be true before I was born is to trust it. I can't really know it's true because I wasn't there. Information is written in books. Information is put inside books. And for some reason, we've attached our worldviews and the way we perceive our realities through those means, through books, through literature. Now, ever so often, we're getting truths through media. And I saw a video on YouTube yesterday, or was it the day before? I think it was yesterday. And it talked about the Sonia Massey shooting. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, seen that. They showed the video cam of this lady being shot by a white police officer. And I saw this video about how Sonia Massey and Sandra Bland are the same people. And the guy showed like a picture of both women, and they looked identical. Now, I understand that a lot of people in this world that may look alike, but that's not a coincidence. I've always, and people who know me, they already know. They're like, okay, if he hears this, he's not going to believe it. I don't. I've always said this, that you believe half. You believe nothing that you hear, and you only believe half of what you see. Unless you're there in the flesh and you can experience it with your senses intact, all right, and you can apply scientific observation to the event, then you can't believe it. You can't believe anything that you see on video. People have the power to manipulate, to edit. You have people who have great software to insert computer generated images, CGI, and it's around us. You can't escape it. People have the ability to do all sorts of things. Even when Biden is speaking, there's technology that he's not even there. You have masks that people can wear that look like other people. You have videos that are made to make it seem like a person is in a particular setting and they're not. You have green screens where they can insert a particular background to give off the impression that the person is in a particular location. I mean, that's manipulation. You can't. That's why I tell people you cannot believe what you see. You believe half of it. Don't believe anything that you hear. So on the news, of course, this is the point. I think people are waking up and they're starting to see that news is not an entity that should garner trust from the consumer, the audience. We shouldn't trust news. And I'll go as far as to say you have to view news as the enemy, because I believe that any means of information gathering that comes by way of manipulation and lies and deceit, that has to be an enemy of humanity, because the way we are made, the way we are built from a genetic position, psychologically, the way our brain works, the way our cells work, the way our atoms work, they work in a way that it only functions optimally off of truth. Lies kill people, and literally and figuratively, it kills. It's because it leads you in the wrong direction, and it throws off homeostasis. When you're not balanced, it's because you're not on the right frequency. It's almost like in a radio station and you're trying to tune in. You know those old radios and you have to turn the dial and you're trying to find a particular frequency to put the radio station on so you can get clear sound. When you're living a lie, you're gonna have a lot of static, right, on the radio station. That's what lies does to people. It throws us off. We function off of certain waves, electromagnetic waves and frequencies, and if we don't operate off truth, then we're living a lie. And even though the lie feels comfortable, which is even more diabolical, because you get to a point where you become so desensitized to even insert any degree of discernment to figure out what's true or not, that you just give in to whatever the mainstream media provides you. That becomes dangerous. That means that you no longer have the ability to even think for yourself, or have been trying to fight back against the information that you're given. See, it's hard to do what I do, because when you're hearing so much things, it's easy just to say, okay, I don't know anymore. I just believe it. I don't ever say I believe anything. I hear it. The first thing I try to do when I hear something is look for holes. Look for inconsistencies in the message, in the video, and what's said. I do research. I listen to what other people are saying. No matter how outlandish it may sound, no matter how far-fetched it may sound, it could be a fringe concept, I'm still going to listen to it, because I have the endurance and the capacity to widen my approach. Because if I only take in information from one outlet, that forces me into a myopic state of reasoning, and I end up having this just one sense of how things are. It's always important to gather as much information as you can from different sources, and you have your own means of thinking, and then you put everything together. Now, it doesn't mean that what you put together is going to be totally true, but I can tell you that what you put together will make more sense than what mainstream media is feeding you. Okay? So that's what I do. And that Sandra Bland and Sonia Massey comparison was crazy. And there is a such thing that exists as crisis actors. It's been going on. I've been telling you guys that media is a CIA operation. I'll keep telling you guys that. It's a CIA operation. Crisis actors, the staged shooting of Donald Trump that's going to be put inside history books as if that was real. You see how these things are written. You know, they're going to talk about Barack Obama being the first black president, but they're not going to tell you that he was the first gay president because his wife is actually a man. It's a transgendered woman. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that Obama is an actor. They're not going to say, because why do you think sometimes some of these senators, or even I'm not going to say senators, but most presidents, why do you think they end up being so close to a lot of celebrities? You know, they're hanging out with the Beyoncés, or hanging out with the Jay-Z's, or they're hanging out with actors. You know, they go to parties together. These people are all actors, folks. If you look back at the history of Donald Trump, he was very close with Hillary. As a matter of fact, if you do the history on Donald Trump, he once reasoned like a Democrat. And I don't give a damn about politics. I'm just giving you information of what I've gathered. And all of a sudden, he's a hardcore Republican. These people are all friends and they know each other. It's a small circle. They're actors. They're actors. They're not who you really think they are. We are living in a false reality, folks. From everything, from what we eat, what we're taught, and what we're forced to believe life is all about. Because we feel like life is all about going to work and paying bills. And that's the worst state of existence, in my opinion, to think that that's what life entails, making money and paying bills. And there was another message that I saw on TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account, but it was on YouTube. But the person on their YouTube channel showed a video from TikTok, and this guy was reading something about the atmospheric levels of the planet, and how that if the planet is deliberately being destroyed, like intentionally, which is why we're seeing the sun getting very hot, because the ozone layer is being totally depleted. And you know, when people tell you to go get UV rays from the sun, we're no longer in the level of getting UVA. UVA rays are like the lower level, the rays that we can absorb, and that's not too catastrophic for the skin or catastrophic for the soil. Then you have UVB rays, which gets a little bit hotter. Now, currently, the way, especially in Texas, I don't know about anywhere else, but yeah, everywhere, we're getting UVC rays, on the cusp of getting X-rays, because you have UVA, you have UVB, you have UVC, then you have X-ray. X-rays when you're gonna fry, and you guys know this, but yet you guys continue with your day like nothing happens, because people are just desensitized to truth. Your skin's not supposed to feel like it's burning when you're outside because the sun's out. The sun is not supposed to be the enemy, believe it or not. All vegetation, all soil microbiome gets their energy from photosynthesis, from the photons of the sun. So if things like fruits and vegetables need the sun to grow, the sun is actually a good thing. It's not supposed to feel bad, against popular belief. I know, because our current climate has been tampered with so much pollution and so much weather modification systems that exist, that we no longer know what true weather is supposed to be like, feel like, or even sound like. What we are under is a system of manipulation. Weather is manipulated. The ozone layer is being depleted due to all the geoengineering stuff that they're doing in the skies, and spraying chemicals and manipulating technologies with using radio wave technology to manipulate nanoparticulates to move them where they want to move them. Look up HAARP. They have ionosphere heaters. They have cloud machines that create clouds. They have all this technology. They have all this stuff, and it's all alien tech. It's all coming from aliens. It's not humans doing this. It's alien driven. And what's happening is that our planet is being robbed of its natural components. It's robbed of all the moisture. All the trees are being killed. Trees give life to the planet. If you look back in the past, if you see how Earth was is a seed planet full of vegetation, but we don't have that anymore. What we're starting to see is a lot of vegetation being trimmed and cut down, and buildings are being put up. And we think that's cool because they're opening up a new this, they're opening up a new that. All that is systematically done to destroy the planet. It looks good. There's no better way to kill somebody than to put them in a comfortable state, and you just kill them by death using the death by 1,000 cuts principle. Because the cuts are very minor. You think that's not a big deal, but you're slowly dying. You can't rob the planet of its natural resources and expect the planet to thrive. So we're feeling it in other aspects of our lives. We're feeling it with the weather shifts, and it's not, don't say it's global warming. The global warming is anthropogenically caused. When I say anthropogenically caused, it's caused by the hands of men. Like it's induced by man. It's not natural. Global warming is not because a bunch of people are polluting the air, we need to recycle more. That's BS. Don't believe that. It's not because people are driving their cars every day. Now, don't get me wrong. The certain things that people do, causes pollution, but not to the degree where it's going to shift the climate and make it have wild extreme swings, where you have in one area extreme deluge with rain and flooding, then in another area you have dryness and drought. That's engineered. Even if you look back at history, you'll look back at the earthquake that Haiti had many years ago. That was engineered. You say, how do they do that? They have the technology, folks. Let's stop acting dumb. We're in 2024. Even prior to 2024, they've always had technology. Just because they don't tell us what it is doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's how they keep you in the dark. Few people know the truth, but there are not enough people who operate off the truth. So in other words, you can have 100 people, and 2 out of the 100 may know what's going on, or their skepticism might be leading them to find out what the truth is. Okay? But even if those 2 people out of the 100 act upon their truth, it's hard for their actions to be impactful against the system that they're trying to go against, because 2 out of the 100, 98 other people are just moving around like zombies moving around like they don't have heads. Like their heads are stuck in the sand. Like they don't know what's going on. They have their eyes wide shut. So it's all about having power in numbers. If 98 out of the 100, which is 98%, so 98 people out of the 100 are moving in one direction, and the 2 who have skepticism are moving in the opposite direction, how much impact will those 2 people have? None. Slim to none. Whatever they do is going to be an exercise in futility. They're not going to be able to have an impact on the system at all, because there's only 2 people. Now, for their sake, for those 2 people, it may do well for them internally, because they understand that I'm not going to move in the direction of the masses. It may be beneficial for them personally on an individual level, but in terms of a collective level on a wider scale, oh no, it's not happening. That's why it frustrates people who know truth or have a closer eye on truth, because I'm not going to say they know truth, because you may not even what you think is true may not be true. But if you know what the lie is, you're already halfway there. If you can detect the lies and bullshit, then that right there puts you in a position, put you in a small remnant, put you in a small group. Because a lot of people don't even think they're being lied to. They just think, everything they're being told is true. They just go off. Now they're talking about this new COVID thing, this new variant. Viruses don't even work that way. There's no such thing as variants. There's no such thing as a virus, and there's no such thing as variants. I don't know, man. It's tough, and that's why it's so difficult. That's why I have to have this. I have to have this form of outlet, because I can't talk to people. Because if I talk to people, they're gonna call me crazy. So this is the only way that I can actually release my frustration. Whether I have 1 view, 2 views, I don't give a damn. This is just therapeutic to me, because everybody that I'm surrounded by, coworkers, people I run into every day, is just same thing. It's like everyone's a programmed idiot. And God forbid one person says something that's contrary to the popular narrative. They look at you like, where have you been? Where did you come from? Like you're they look at you like you're a foreigner, like you're an alien. They look at you like you're the alien, as if you have 10 heads on your shoulders. Huh? COVID's not real? Viruses are not real? What do you mean? You're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Variants? There's no such thing as a virus, folks. There's 7 reasons why people get sick, and those 7 reasons are put upon us. Right? There's 7 reasons why you could be nutritionally deficient in certain nutrients, because the body needs vital minerals to function. That's why they call them, take your vitamins. Some people have to take supplements because they're not getting it through foods. But the best way to get your supplements is through foods, the natural way. Don't take anything that's synthetic. You have bacteria, causes sicknesses. You have bacteria toxins. You have psychological stress, because stress has a way of dealing with the chemicals in the brain, and certain times people could be depleted of certain chemicals that could cause sicknesses. You have radiation could cause sicknesses, and we're bombarded with radiation. Ionized radiation and non-ionized radiation could cause sicknesses. And toxins, neurotoxins, could cause sicknesses. And I don't know if I've named all 7, but those are the things that cause sicknesses, because the body has to respond if it's not getting what it needs. And when the body responds, it's going to respond by excreting the toxic filth or the toxic debris within the cells, excreting it out through excretory organs. Your excretory organs are organs that you use to go to the restroom with, your pores, because the epidermis is the biggest organ of the body, accounts for about 66% of it's 66% of your body is your skin. You sweat it out. That's why people who exercise rarely get sick, because they're constantly sweating. They're releasing toxins. People who go to the restroom often don't get sick. People who are always constipated get sick because you're backed up and you have bacteria. Constipation. People sneezing. Your nose is an excretory organ. Mucus is pushing out the damaged cells as your body goes through something called cellular apoptosis. This is when the body is regenerating itself, like a snake shedding its skin. It's a natural process. So we've been told that being sick is a bad thing. Being sick is twofold. It depends on why you're sick, or why your body has those symptoms of what we call sickness. Sometimes your body could just be regenerating itself due to all the stress that you've been putting your body under. The body has to go through a cleansing cycle. Okay? Radical shift in weather can also get you sick. When you go from extreme heat to extreme cold, that can get you sick because the body is shocked. The body's trying to put itself back in balance. So it weakens you in order to put itself back in, to recalibrate itself back into a state of neutrality where it's functioning objectively in balance. Homeostasis. This idea that viruses have variants, it sounds good. It's a variant. They give it names. They give hurricanes, storms names. Beryl. They have another one come in. I don't know what it's called. They give these things. Anything that's named is manufactured. It's patented. It's manufactured. It's a business, folks. You don't name You don't name hurricanes and name storms. You name the storms because you created them. You give them names. When they come out with these variants, they give them names. There's no such thing as a variant. It's manufactured poisons that are put upon the people to get people sick, to get the pharmaceutical companies even richer, to get us living in a state of fear, with these aliens siphoning our energy because we're always worrying. We're worrying about the next storm. We're worrying about the next war. We're worrying about the next inflation. Or are we going to go into another depression? We're watching the stock market. We're focused on money like rats in a freaking rat race. We're distracted by politics, which is nothing but theater. We no longer know how to reason and be innovative anymore. We've become mental slaves because we've given our minds off to another entity to provide us information, and they provide us the information that they want us to know in order to control us, because we lack the capacity and the ability to think for ourselves. Yeah, I've talked over my time. All right, thank you guys for indulging me. But yeah, it's another morning workout talk, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take care. Peace.